All right, turns out we're all a little clumsier than we realize. A growing number of U.S. people, millions of us here in this country, end up in the emergency room every year for a sports injury or something went south when we were trying to play in the mountains, on the water, on our bikes, whatever else. We seem to go find trouble wherever we go look for it. October is National Physical Therapy Month, and joining us today is Janine Peden, Director of Physical Therapy at HCA Health One Mountain Ridge up in Thornton. Welcome. Thank you for being here today, Janine.
Thank you for having me.
I have so many funny questions about this, but mostly I'm sure we're all just getting clumsier
Yes.
as we age. So really quick, I want to start with a stat that I think is interesting. National Safety Council says 4.4 million people were treated in ER departments last year, which is up from the pandemic years. Are we getting clumsier, or, I'm thinking of my grandmother here, are we like too big for our britches? We're taking on more than we should when it comes to physical movement?
Sometimes we don't know our own limits.
Okay.
I think as a human species, we are very optimistic about what we can do, and that it might be the same thing that we could do when we were 20, and now we're 40, and we can get right back on the ice like we were, and we can't. And so I think we're a little impatient with the training it takes to really achieve some of our goals, but anything is possible. We just have to put in the work.
I play in an adult softball league sometimes, and nothing is more humbling when you're decades removed from your peak physicality,
Yes.
and you dive for a ball and you pay for it for 3 weeks.
You realize, yes.
Yeah. So what are some of the activities that are most associated with these kind of injuries? And this is really specifically to sports or rec equipment. I'm thinking that's
Right.
very different from other ER accidents.
Correct.
Yeah.
So really what we do see a lot of scooter injuries, people that have decided to have a good time and decided to scooter's the way home, which can be safe, but sometimes not. A lot of cycling, people that want to pick up football, basketball on the weekends, those kinds of things. And again, just being overly optimistic about what their bodies can do today versus maybe what they remember themselves being able to do.
Yeah, so we are so human,
Yes.
so imperfect
Yes.
as a species. When I think of physical therapy, I think this is what you do after you've had an injury, but you can do some things on the front end to help yourself as well, right?
Correct.
Let's talk about some of the front end prevention, if you will.
Right. So prevention is key, and you're right. A lot of physical therapy happens on the back end recovering, but we're doing our best work when we're preventing it. So really at Mountain Ridge, we offer fall prevention class. We do a lot with our elderly community to work on strategies to prevent injury. On the younger side, I think really you have to put in the work. You have to realize your limits and have a clear understanding of what it is you're really trying to do. And then I would recommend seeking physical therapy if you want a kind of a leg up on the front end, and be smart about it.
Yeah. Do you have any fun stories you can tell, or like warnings? I always want to ask people who work in this space to be like, I know you've seen some crazy stuff.
Yes, probably not suitable for the news, but
And like seasonally too, I'm sure. We're getting into ski season.
I was just going to say, it is very seasonal. In the summer, we get a lot of people that are having a great time out at sporting events or with their friends, and they just kind of take advantage of the mood and overextend. In the winter time, we are very much going to see the ice, the slip, trip, and fall, and that is not age dependent. That is definitely 20-year-olds, anyone could be falling on the ice, so just being careful.
I love to ask doctors, but I'll ask you this as well. Like, if you could, what your list of like, please don't do these things because we will see you at the hospital. You wouldn't let your family member do it?
Right.
What?
Oh,
They always say no bikes without helmets.
Okay.
That's not really a physical therapy thing.
I was going to say that too, because that is true. Yes, bikes without helmets, I would say just even be smart in your own home. Pick up your throw rugs, get rid of the cords, don't let someone leave the vacuum plugged in, and then you're in harm's way. So I would say just be smart about your environment. Know what's around you. Those are really the silliest injuries that we see, but they can be very significant.
If I could just tell you the number of trips and falls in my own house, because I have a toddler right now, and it's high chairs and toys I'm tripping over constantly. Do you have any advice for, no, I'm just kidding, for toddlers?
Yes. They're too young
That's
to
just
pick
a
up
phase of
after
life.
themselves, exactly. But I think being aware of your environment is really key, and that's one of the things we teach all ages.
All right. Stay healthy, everyone
Yes.
out there. She doesn't want to see you.
I
Janine
don't.
does
I
not
do
wanna
not want to
see
see you. I don't.
Thank you for joining us
Thank
today.
you.